Good day, ladies and gentlemen. You are watching the 7th graders, and today we are here with a new episode of our series, A Peep into the Past, where we review movies released in the past and provide a quick catch up point for the viewers who haven't watched the movies or are not willing to spend hours watching it. In today's episode, we will be reviewing Iron Man. Released in the year 2008, it would be fair to say that this movie was the beginning of an era. Let us see why. Iron Man is the first film of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, also known as the MCU. The movie was directed by Jon Favreau, who also plays the role of Happy in the movie, Tony Stark's driver and a good friend. When casting Robert Downey Jr. as the lead role of Iron Man, he faced opposition from Marvel. We will let you know why a wee bit further. What makes this movie such iconic, apart from the fact that it literally started the MCU which we are so fond of, is that this movie came out of the blue and no one expected it to be so good. Now let us have a look at the plot of this movie. Tony Stark, a billionaire who inherited the Stark Industries from his father Howard Stark, apart from being an absolute savage, is also a genius and a brilliant inventor. When venturing over to war-torn Afghanistan in order to demonstrate the Jericho missiles created by weapons division of Stark Industries, gets ambushed and captured by the terrorist organization, the Ten Rings. Due to being critically injured by a missile during the ambush, a fellow captive Dr. Yinsen implants an electromagnet into Tony Stark's heart to keep the shrapnels from reaching his heart and killing him. He is then told to create the Jericho missiles for the organization at the stake of his own life. Well, instead he makes a powerful electric generator called the arc reactor to power the electromagnet and a suit to aid his and Dr. Yinsen's escape. Yinsen lays down his life to help Stark escape and gives him a message that changes him forever.
Thank you for saving me. Don't waste your life.
Making his way out of there, he burns the place to the ground, destroying all the Stark weapons that the terrorists had. After reaching home, he improves his suit by many degrees and names it the Mark II. Meanwhile, Obadiah Stane, an old partner of Howard Stark and company's manager, declared Tony Stark unfit to be in the place of power due to his recent trauma. At a charity event held by Stark Industries, reporter Christine Everhart informed Stark that his company's weapons were recently delivered to the Ten Rings and are being used to attack Yinsen's home village, Gulmira. Stark dons his new armor and flies to Afghanistan, where he saves the villagers, catching the attention of media all around the world and also the US Defense Forces. He later reveals his secret identity to Rhodes, who is a United States Air Force personnel and a dear friend of Tony Stark. Well, fast forward, it is revealed that it was Obadiah Stane who ordered the assault on Tony Stark in Afghanistan due to his greed of taking the company to his own. He takes the suit Stark created while being captive from the terrorists, which was recovered from the debris. He has it reverse engineered and creates a much bigger version of the suit. Stane steals the arc reactor from Tony Stark's heart due to the failure of his scientists unable to recreate it. Well, luckily, Pepper Potts, Tony Stark's assistant, had kept the earlier version of it well preserved and Tony saves his life with the help of it. Potts also meets Phil Coulson, a SHIELD agent, and informs him of Obadiah Stane's deeds. Fast forward, Stark and Obadiah have a massive fight with the help of their respective armors, but Stark manages to defeat Obadiah by blowing the arc reactor sky high. The next day, he reveals to the press that
I am Iron Man.
Now let's have a look at the cast of this movie. Tony Stark aka Iron Man was played by Robert Downey Jr. Marvel had an objection in casting him due to his past. Being a drug addict and spending time in prison doesn't really have a good impression. Regardless, This movie helped jumpstart his career and changed his life forever. He went on to become the highest paid actor in Hollywood. Colonel James Rhodes was played by Terrence Howard, who interestingly was paid more than the lead actor Robert Downey Jr. at the time. Obadiah Stane was played by Jeff Bridges. Dr. Ho Yinsen was played by Sean Tuohy. Pepper Potts was played by Gwyneth Paltrow. Jarvis was voiced by Paul Bettany, who went on to play the role of Vision further in the movies. Here's what we think about the movie. When Stan Lee created the character Iron Man, he challenged himself to make a character which was utterly unlikable but also a fan favorite. And we would say he succeeded in doing so because a character like Iron Man grows over you, combined with the acting skills of Robert Downey Jr., who feels like was born to play this character. For a person who doesn't even have the slightest idea of Marvel Comics, this movie explains the character very well. This movie is a bit slow in the beginning in terms of story, but catches up the pace in the later half, and oh boy is it worth it. So that is it for today, folks. Make sure to check the comment section where we update the references of this movie used in the movies released in the future. The next episode would be on the Incredible Hulk. Feel free to give us some suggestions in the comment section below. Feel free to like, and if you know someone who needs to watch this, send it to them. And don't forget to subscribe. It's free and you can always change your mind later. Help us create more content for you guys. Take care. Bye bye.